Now take the sediment for the Clyde Valley Learning Development Joint Committee by roll call. Following members are present: Councillors Andrew Anderson, Anne McTaggart, Francesca Brennan. Just check if Councillor Ballinger's joined us. No, not present. Councillors Emma Rodden and Lindsay Hamilton are also present. Thank you, and I'll now pass you back to the convener for today's business.
Thanks very much, Stuart. Any declarations of interest? No. Brilliant. The minutes of the previous meeting, which is around pages 3 to 6, I'll submit for approval of the correct record. Is everybody in agreement? Yeah, lovely. So I'll just head on to agenda item number 3, which is Audit Scotland Clyde Valley Learning Development Joint Committee proposed 2021 to 2022 annual audit report, which is pages 7 to 28. And can I ask Andrew Kerr to take this report?
Thanks, convener, and good afternoon, everyone. So our audit completion covering letter with the proposed audit opinion and the management letter of representation starts on page 7 of your papers. At paragraph 1 of the letter, we're pleased to note that following the completion of our audit work, we will be issuing an unmodified or clean audit opinion and a copy of that opinion, which will be included in the audited annual accounts as Appendix A of the letter. At paragraph 2, I'm obliged to make the committee aware of any significant findings from our audit. And at this stage, it's worth noting that we have no such matters to bring to members' attention. And you'll also see this reflected in our annual audit report, which I'll cover shortly. At this time, I'd be grateful if members could consider the points at paragraph 6 of the letter. And if you're aware of anything in relation to these 3 bullets, then please bring this to my attention prior to the accounts being signed off later today. Appendix B of our covering letter, we also include a copy of the management letter of representation, and this will be signed after today's meeting by the Treasurer and returned to the audit team along with the signed annual accounts. And I'll just cover our annual audit report, which starts on page 17 of your committee papers pack. So our report summarises the audit work that we performed in the financial year 21-22, and the majority of this work focused on the audit of the year-end annual accounts. Our key messages are on page 19 of the papers. You just give a brief overview of the results of the work that we've carried out in the year. This is the final year of our audit appointment, and I think it's fair to say that we've been consistent in our reporting since our initial appointment back in 2016. And the key messages this year again reflect positively on the Joint Committee. At key message 1, you'll see our proposed audit opinion reflected. It's worth noting that our opinion also covers the management commentary and the governance statement that form part of the annual accounts. Our key messages on financial sustainability and governance are derived from section 2 of the report. I won't cover this section in any great detail. I would just like to take members to page 23 of the papers, Exhibit 1. So within our annual audit plan that we presented to the Joint Committee back in February of this year, we identified one kind of potential significant risk to the annual accounts. Within the right-hand column of the table, you'll see that following our audit testing, we've concluded that there were no significant issues identified in relation to this point. Just over the page, on page 24, again, just to highlight that there were no significant findings to report from our audit of the annual accounts. And as well as this, there were no monetary errors identified from our testing, which is obviously a positive, and management should be commended for that. Finally, I'd just like to extend our thanks to Amanda for pulling together the accounts and the working papers. These were presented to the audit team on time and were of a high standard. This made the completion of the audit work much more straightforward, and it will allow us to sign off the annual accounts prior to the required deadline. I'll just pause there, convener, and hand back to yourself. I'm happy to take any comments or questions that the committee may have.
Thanks very much, Andrew. Has anybody got any comments or questions for Andrew? Nope. Good, good stuff. That's no bother. So can I just ask that that paper is noted, please? And if there's nothing further, then I'll head over to agenda item number 4, which is the audited annual accounts of 2021-22, pages 29 to 60. And I think it's Amanda that's taking this just now.
Yeah, thank you, Chair. As Andrew said, Audit Scotland are required to provide an audit certificate following the audit of our annual accounts. The accounts regulations require us to have the elected members consider the audited accounts prior to the 30th of September normally. However, due to COVID, that was given an extended deadline and of the 31st of November. However, Audit Scotland have set the date of 31st of October, and the members are required to regard to any report made or advice provided on the accounts by external audit. As noted above, members are now required to approve the audited annual accounts for signature, and Appendix 1 of the report provides a copy of the annual accounts for members' consideration. There was no changes to the annual accounts, and as Andrew's already explained, we received a clean audit certificate. So in terms of the paper, the Joint Committee is asked to note that the annual accounts for 21-22 received a clean audit certificate, and also that the audited accounts be approved for signature. Thank you, Chair.
Thanks very much, Amanda, and thank you to yourself and Andrew for the work that's went into this this year. Can I ask if there's any questions or comments for Amanda? No, that was a wee easy right there. But no, but and can I ask for the report to be noted, please? Or it requires approval. Actually, can I ask for it to be approved? Yes. Perfect. And agenda item number 5 is urgent business, of which I've had none noted to me. So can I ask the clerk to please stop the meeting? And that's us, I think. So thank you very much for everybody for attending.